Hey guys, this is Britt coming at you on June 13th, 2016. It's a Monday, and this is part 4 of my questions from my 250 subscriber giveaway. And this is my new hairdo. This is the first time you guys will probably see it if you're not friends with me on Facebook or Instagram. So, I wanted to dive right into these questions. So, the people whose questions I'm answering will be in the description box below. That way, if you don't see your name and you don't want to watch the whole video, you do not have to, because this is, I think there's going to be, if this is part 4, there's going to be 5 parts, I believe. So, and they're like 15 to 20 minute long videos. So they're quite a bit. So thank you guys for sticking with me. My neck is going to be, I kind of fucked up my neck. So I'm going to be like a little weird. Ow. And my daughter's behind me. So let's get started, shall we? Okay. I'm going to butcher this name because I don't exactly know how you pronounce it, but I think it's Boricuahhh. Boricuahhh? Okay. It says, do you have any regrets about getting the sleeve? And do you have any abnormal or unexpected health complications so far from the sleeve? No and no, basically. I have no regrets at all. I find that the surgery has helped me substantially. And I don't think I could ever regret it. I don't think I've ever had a moment where I regretted it, even after I woke up from surgery and I was in an immense amount of pain. I guess I've had other surgeries before, so it was to be expected. I knew that it was going to happen, so even then I didn't regret the surgery. And then as far as unexpected complications, no. The only issue I had related to surgery right after the surgery was I had a bit of dysphagia. It's when your esophagus tightens up, and sometimes it's hard to get water and food down. But I was still able to drink and eat. It was just more difficult. It kind of felt like I was swallowing like a rock because it was so tight. But that went away, and that wasn't really that big of a deal. I wouldn't even really call that a complication. I would just call it kind of a side effect, a temporary side effect. So for some people that can get really bad, but for me it wasn't horrible. Veronica, watch TV. Yeah, you will see that throughout my daughter peeking over my shoulder, I'm more than sure. Thank you for the question. The next question comes from VSG Miss LV. Hey girl. She says that she has seen several people that had compression socks and a belt during and after surgery. Do I have them? She says she hasn't really seen many people talk about them. She wants to know if it's a thing. So I do see some people have it, which is a little odd to me, but I think it all depends on like your comfort level. Generally, it's more common when you have bigger incisions. Like when I had my C-section, I got a compression thing for my lower abdomen, for my stomach and lower abdomen, because it just felt, the muscles were just so, because they cut through, half your stomach, so the muscles feel weird down there. So having that compression thing kind of kept things together. Some people get them because it's like when you're gonna drive home and stuff, that things don't bounce around and move. That's my understanding, because the muscles are a little tender down there. I didn't need one. Most people don't need them. Generally, you can get by because the pain from the incisions, because they're so small, doesn't last very long. But I think that is the reason people get them. I didn't need one. I got one for my C-section, not for this one. This one's little, it's a keyhole surgery. You got little holes, and that's it. So, thank you. The next question, DisappearingDee. What is your ultimate weight goal that you want to hit? Do you have more than one? My ultimate weight goal is 140. That's my ultimate goal. I wouldn't mind seeing 135, 130. My height is 5'4", so that my BMI range is pretty low. And I don't think that I'm going to be able to sustain a weight that's that low. But you never know. I don't really know what I'm capable of, since I haven't been that low in a long time. But I would really like to at least be at 140, and my scary number, the number that I would hit that would like start to terrify me, is 175. I don't mind 175, but I wouldn't want to get above that. So my range is 140 to 175. So yeah, I kind of do have more than one goal. I really want to get as low as I possibly can, so that when I bounce back up with the regain that I will probably get, more than likely get, like everybody does, it won't be so substantial and it won't be so detrimental. Thank you. Next question, Mini Me in Tennessee. Hey girl. How do you balance your meals and your family meals? So basically, my family and I eat the same thing. My husband's on the same diet I am, except when he's not at home. He can eat whatever he wants to at work, but when he's at home, he eats like I eat. So that's how we balance it. My daughter is 2, so she eats whatever she eats her own separate kind of stuff. She's starting to dabble in the things that we eat, but she tends to not like the things that we make. So, she's 2, she's picky as shit. And I pretty much cater to what she would like. And then I supplement a little bit with our food. So she tries my plate, she tries my husband's plate, but she mainly gets her own dinners. Eventually she will start eating like we eat, which is like a low carb lifestyle. However, I know that she's a toddler. And and when she's a kid, she will still need carbs. Kids need carbs for energy. So there'll be supplements like crackers and cookies and things like that she'll still be able to have those carbs that she needs. But for the most part, I figure we all eat the same. That's pretty much how I balance it. Thank you. Chemistry Queen. Hey, girl. Question is, does your daughter understand your surgery? I'm not sure how old she is. If not, do you plan on telling her when she can understand? Okay, so this is a hot topic from what I understand. I have had some people tell me that they don't plan on telling their kids about the surgery. My daughter's 2, so no, she doesn't get it. But eventually will I tell her? Hell yeah, I will tell her. The main reason is because her father and me are both bigger people. So she is going to be more prone to have weight gain and have weight issues with her life. And I don't want her to look at me, and if I weren't to tell her, to look at me and see me this little bit and see it's like completely unattainable for her to do that and keep the weight, low. I think not telling her may confuse her more about her body and her weight than if I did tell her. If I told her and shared with her the things that I went through, I think it'd be more important, especially that since it affects her body as well. So I don't know if that was kind of a jumbled answer, but yeah, I just feel like if she has weight issues in the future and she looks at me and tries to figure out how I can eat so little and how I can weigh so little and think that's attainable for herself or any kind of normal person to eat as little as I would eat, I think it might confuse her or even depress her. So I want her to know that this isn't a normal person thing, that this is a surgery thing. And in order for me to have lost the weight, I needed the surgery. In order for me to eat as little as I have, I needed the surgery. So, yes, I will definitely be very open with her about the surgery. Thank you, girl. The next question, Penny Sleever. Hey, do you think it's imperative to join a gym? And what if there is no gym available? Hey, sweets. I saw that you just started doing your videos again, and I am watching them. I am a few days behind, though, so you have to forgive me. And, yeah, I'm trying to keep this level, you guys. Okay. Okay, so you think it's imperative to join a gym? No. This is a very controversial thing. So, I'm not against the gym. In fact, you will probably see me start going in the fall and winter and stuff. I just don't need to go right now. I know I am doing a little bit better financially than I was before. But when I was younger and not doing so well financially, there's no way I could have ever afforded to go to the gym. And what do you say to people who can't afford to go, that they're not going to be able to lose weight or keep it off because they can't pay for a gym membership? I think that's a silly notion that you need to go to the gym, you need to see a trainer and all these things to keep your weight off. I think people who are in a better financial situation don't sometimes forget that people don't have all the money in the world to be able to do these things. I would say it's not imperative for you to go to gym, especially if you don't have the money. If you have the money to spend on a trainer, you should definitely do that. It's extremely helpful. Going to the gym is an extremely helpful resource. I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying that if you don't have the money to do it, don't feel bad like you need to do it and it's not necessary at all. You can do a lot of things with your own body weight. There's definitely a bunch of people who believe that it is even better to exercise with your own body weight than it is to exercise with weights and stuff like that. So there's a lot of calisthenics type things and HIIT training that you don't need to go to a gym to do. You can run around your block. You can walk around your block. You can run, walk. HIIT training you can do. You could go to like Goodwill or things like that, or garage sales and find little weights and things like that. Or you can just use like gallon milk jugs, fill them up with water and use that, or sand or whatever. There's no need to go to the gym for these things. You can just walk around your neighborhood. It doesn't cost any money to do that. So it does cost time, but it doesn't cost money. So, no. The gym, I think, is a great resource if you have the money to do it. But if you don't, it's not necessary. Especially with, like, YouTube. There are so many YouTube exercise videos that are free, that are an hour long or so, that you don't need to even go to classes and stuff. You can just do YouTube videos. You don't even need to have, like, you know, a subscription to, I think it's called Daily Burn, where it's like $20 a month or something for exercises on Roku or Amazon Prime or whatever you have. You don't even need to do that. You don't even need to do that. Just go for a freaking walk, you know, like, look on a computer, look on a map, see how much 3 miles is or how many miles you want, walk that distance, and keep doing that and repeat. So there you go. If there's no gym available, same thing. Same all the things I just said. Okay. Next sheet. Let's see. Okay. Melanie Slice Thinner. Hey, girl. Did you use health insurance to pay for your surgery? If so, how long did it take for you to get approved, including the pre-op requirements? Hugs. Hey, girl. Okay, so I did use insurance to pay for my surgery. They covered everything except for the deductible. So they were 100% coverage, and the deductible for my year was $1,500. So that's what I paid. And then, how long did it take to get approval? I didn't have to do a 6-month diet or anything like that. I just had to prove that I did a diet. Then they required that I went to, like, the physician twice, a psychologist once, and the dietitian, like, 3 times. So, or I should say the physician 3 times too, but one of those was, like, the pre-op visit. So it's hard to count that one because that one's necessary no matter what. But, yeah, so 3 physician, 3 dietitian, and 1 psychology. And then, of course, meeting with a surgeon. And that was it. That's all it took to get approved. And then it took, I think, after they submitted the approval, 2 weeks. And then I got my thing back. So, it was really fast. I think the entire process for me was October, and I got approved in January. So, no, I think it was even the first day of, like, November or something, like the first week in November that I started going. So I got approved really quickly, and then I had my surgery in February. Yeah, or I think it was, like, the end of January I got approved. So, yeah, it was really fast for me. Thank you. Mel is Melting 2016. Hey, girl. My question would be, how do you get your protein and water in daily after surgery? So, like, if you're talking about, like, right after surgery, I didn't focus on protein until, like, maybe 3 or 4 days after the surgery. The first 3 days or so, it was all water. Like, I was only really drinking water and taking my vitamins. My doctors let me take my vitamins right after surgery, but I could not really focus on protein. I think maybe half a protein shake a day was what I was getting in, like 15 grams of protein the first, like, 3-4 days after surgery. I mean, for the first 3 days I was in a hospital, but after I came home, I don't know, it was like a few days after I got home that I was actually able to start focusing on protein. But I was way more focused on water, because hydration is so important and you get dehydrated so quickly. So, but yeah, you pretty much focus on it solely. That's how you get it in. Fuck vegetables. Fuck bread and crackers and things, slider foods and Jello and sugar-free popsicles. That stuff is really important the first couple weeks out of surgery because of hydration. But once you really are able to get your hydration in without a problem, without using popsicles and Jellos, drop them immediately because they just take up space when you could be doing it to get protein in, protein shakes, etc. So, and I was, like, banging out those protein shakes like a crazy person. So, that's how I was able to get it in until I really was able to start getting the bulky foods in. And even now, I still sometimes have to drink 2, it's not 3. Sometimes I have to drink, like, 2 protein shakes a day to get it in still because I still can't get in a lot of food. So, thanks. Next question, Rachael Titchener. Hey, girl. I hope I'm saying that right. Do you ever get hungry? Or do you have to remind yourself to eat? So, I don't get hungry per se. I kind of get an achy feeling in my tummy, and it reminds me I have to eat. And that could be more indigestion than it is hunger, but sometimes they feel the same way. Indigestion and hunger after surgery kind of sometimes trick you. You know, you kind of think they're the same thing. Hungry, yes. I think it's more head hunger, though, than actual hunger. Unless I've gone a whole day without eating, then I feel it. I mean, if I've gone, like, I go out and I do a lot and I don't eat a lot, I'll get home and I'll actually be hungry. But it's very rare, for me to actually feel hungry. So yeah, I do have to look at the clock sometimes and be like, oh, I need to eat now. Especially this week. Jeez Louise, I'm not able to really get anything in. Thank you for your question, sweets. Wendy Johnson. Hey, girl. Let's see. So I have a couple questions. How do you get past the awkwardness to do the channel? And what was your that's it moment? Okay, so the awkwardness. Okay, so if you're dealing with like kind of like a stress type thing or anxiety on doing the channel, the best person I could refer you to is Experiencing Nirvana. She has a lot of anxiety issues and stuff like that, and her channel is amazing. Like, she gets through it every day. She's able to put herself out there completely and totally openly. And if you want to look at somebody who is able to get past her anxiety and depression and social anxiety issues that she has, any awkwardness on doing these videos, it would be her, because she is she's just amazing. She's just amazing. So yeah, I would refer you to her. However, for my awkwardness, it is awkward at first because you're kind of just talking to yourself. But once you start getting viewers, you realize that you're not talking to yourself. You're actually talking to people. So when you look at that little dot on your phone, or you're looking at that little dot on your camera or your computer or your laptop, or your Kindle, whatever you choose to use, just keep in mind you're not talking to yourself. You're actually talking to people. You're talking to someone, like your best friend. Just pretend like you're talking to your best friend, and it will go easy. I know it's not easy at first, but you do get used to it. In the moment, I went back on Nutrisystem last year to lose weight because we wanted to have another child. And I was busting my ass walking and doing all sorts of stuff, and I couldn't get the weight down, so I decided to go back on Nutrisystem, and I lost 30 pounds in 6 months. That's it. The first time I did Nutrisystem, I lost like 100 pounds, so I thought it would work for me, and it didn't, and I was busting my butt, and then I would see the scale go back up, and it was so upsetting, and as soon as I got off Nutrisystem, the scale did go back up drastically. That 30 pounds was pretty much gone in like a matter of a month or two. I mean, it was drastic. I was desperate, I was upset, I was depressed, and we went on a bike ride. And then I think we went for a walk for 2 days, and then we went on the bike ride like 2 days later, and I could do less. And that was a constant thing in the summer. If I didn't constantly bike ride, if I took 2 days off, I couldn't do as much as I did the day before, as I did, 2 days prior. And that's because my weight just wouldn't let me. It just wouldn't let me move forward with my physical activities. That is what pretty much got me. That was my aha moment. Was those factors, and I was like, F it. I don't want to have a kid at this weight. I'm sick of this weight. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do it. So anyways, thank you guys for your questions. I will make another video. I will make a part 5. I'm going to cut this out though because it is at 18 minutes. So thank you guys so much. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.